Hello class 10, we'll continue chapter number 7, that is chemical coordination in plants. So we have already come to know what chemical substance that we are talking about here is hormones. Okay, and regarding the plant hormones, we have already discussed two different types of plant hormones, and they are auxins and gibberellins in the last session. Today we will talk about three different kinds of plant hormones given in your syllabus. Okay, so first, today we will talk about cytokinins. Cytokinins. Alright, cytokinins. Another plant hormone that we are going to talk about today is cytokinins. Okay, cytokinins are the plant hormones which were first discovered by Cook and Miller in 1950s. Okay, Cook and Miller in 1950s. Okay, so these cytokinins were first discovered by Cook and Miller in 1950s. Okay, so we go directly to the places where these cytokinins are produced. Okay, sites of synthesis. Sites of synthesis. The places where these hormones are produced. Okay, so this is, these hormones are mainly produced in root tips. Okay, root tips. Okay, the tip of the roots. Root tips, that is tips of the roots. Alright, and after being produced there in the root tips, these hormones, cytokinins, are transported throughout the body. That means distributed mostly throughout the body through xylem. Okay, xylem is the transporting tube or transporting tissue which transports these hormones after being produced there in root tips. Right, so large amount of these cytokinins are even found in germinating seeds. All right, then they are found in developing fruits, the fruits which are growing, and even these hormones are found in embryo. Okay, so these are the regions where they are found. So mainly these hormones are produced in root tips. So after being produced, these hormones are widely distributed throughout the plant body through the tissue called xylem, and beside this they are also found in germinating seeds, developing fruits, embryo, etc. So now we'll go directly to the functions. The main functions of these hormones. Number one, this hormone stimulate growth. Okay, stimulate growth means plant growth. We are talking about plant hormone. So stimulate growth by cell division. Alright, so these hormones stimulate plant growth by cell division. Alright, so unlike the other two hormones which we discussed in the last session, that is auxin and gibberellins, this hormone promote the growth of the plant through the cell division. That means this hormone stimulates the rapid cell division in the plant body, because for the growth, what is needed first? The cell division. The cell has to be divided, 1 cell to 2, 2 to 4, like that. Then only the elongation of the cell, enlargement of the cell take place. But this particularly focuses, or these hormones particularly focus on the cell division, so that they promote the growth of the plant. Number one. Okay. Number two, cause. Okay, they cause. That means these cytokinins cause expansion of cotyledons. Cause expansion of cotyledons. Expansion of cotyledons. Expansion of cotyledons. That means the cotyledons get expanded under the influence of this cytokinins only. Cotyledons that you know, which are the fleshy parts of the seeds where the food is absorbed for the baby plants, the inside, for the embryo inside. So that region called in cotyledons are expanded under the influence of these hormones only. Alright. Number 3, this hormone break dormancy of seeds. Dormancy of seeds. Seeds soon after the formation of the seeds. Okay, what happens that seeds are not able to germinate, so they have to go through an inactive period called dormancy. Okay, and when they have to be germinated, when they have to be cultivated, they have to be sown first when they will be germinating. For the germination, these cytokinins play very important role there. That means they break the seed dormancy so that seed becomes active and take part in the germination. Alright, that means it promotes germination as well. Okay, then promote here, let me correct it. Prevent aging. It prevent, or they prevent, this hormone prevent aging of plant parts. Aging of plant parts. Alright, that means plant parts, if these hormones are not there, then what may even happen is that plant parts mature little early. Okay, they may be getting older fast, but it doesn't happen so because there are cytokinins which prevent aging of plant parts. Then number 5 we have this hormone inhibit apical dominance. Okay, this hormone prevent or inhibit or prevent apical dominance. Apical means the tip of the root, tip of the shoot, like that. So if these hormones are not there, if there are only the gibberellins, okay, then auxins, what may happen is that only the growth and development of the apical region take place, but it doesn't happen so because the other regions of the plant also have to be equally growing and developing. For that, these hormone play very important role out there. That means not only apical dominance is needed there in the plant, but in the meantime the other regions also have to be equally growing and developing. So these are the functions of your cytokinins. Cytokinins, as I've told you, another important plant hormone that we have got in our syllabus. Now we will talk about another hormone, that is ethylene. Ethylene hormone. Another hormone that we are going to talk about is ethylene hormone. Okay, so this ethylene hormone is a special type of hormone which has got 2 special properties out there which might be different from other hormones. That number 1, this is a gaseous hormone. Okay, this is a gaseous hormone. Second one is that the place of production, okay, the place of synthesis and the place of action are the same in this particular case. That means this hormone is produced in the place where it shows its functions there itself. That means which shows the functions in the same place where it is produced. Okay, these 2 different properties this particular hormone has. Okay, and this hormone was first discovered by the scientist called Arjen. Okay, Arjen was the person who first discovered this gaseous hormone called ethylene. Okay, now let us talk about the place where are they produced. Obviously, they are produced in fruits. Okay, obviously they are present in fruits because this is the hormone which promotes ripening of the fruits. Okay, because of this hormone, the fruits get, fruits ripens. All right, then beside this, these hormones, this your ethylene hormone is found in all the higher plants, all right, fungi, okay, mostly in all living cells, in all living plant cells, in all living plant cells, all right, and this hormone is more produced in meristematic tissue, That means this hormone, this hormone is more found in meristematic tissue. So these are the places where they are found. Okay, now let's talk about the functions of these hormones. So it performs its functions in two different ways. Okay, two different ways, or mainly it has got two functions. Number one, reduction in stem elongation. Then number two, it has got acceleration of senescence. So here you see it performs two more main important functions. Number one, reduction in stem elongation, and number two, acceleration of senescence. See, this hormone usually, inhibits the growth in plants. Okay, because hormone is not that, which promotes the growth only, but there are some hormones which inhibit the growth also. Because if the growth hormones only are there, then the plants will be growing and growing and growing, and it will be that tall, you can't imagine also. But in the same way, to standardize it, okay, to label it, to balance it out, there are some other opposite hormones also. So that means there are some other hormones which play the opposite roles there. So in this case, here ethylene is there, which reduces the stem elongation. Stem, under the influence of this one, stem will not be elongated, because there are other hormones which promotes the stem elongation, but this hormone acts just opposite. That means it stops the stem elongation. Second one, acceleration of senescence. Most of the hormones that we talked in the last session are the ones which prevents senescence. Senescence means aging. Okay, these hormones, those hormones which we talked in the last session, do not allow the plants to grow older fast. Okay, but these hormones accelerate senescence. It acts in a faster way so that the plants grow older. But on the other side, other hormones are the ways prevents it, so that it gets balanced there. All right. Beside this, these hormones has some other functions also. I'll just continue 1, 2, and 3. Number one, ripening of fruits. Very important one. Ripening of fruits. Fruits, after the formation of fruits, the fruits need to be red enough, which means it should be ripening so that one can eat, and the seeds also become mature inside. So ripening of the fruits, is influenced by, or is promoted by this ethylene hormone. Okay. Number next, that is, it initiates germinating in peanut seeds also. Initiates germination in peanut seeds. Okay, peanut is a particular type of nut where you see the influence of ethylene for its germination. Okay, and in sprouting of potato tuber, sprouting of potato tuber. So when the time comes for the sowing or the cultivation of potato, so you see the potato, getting, sprouting. It gets sprouted, so that it is ready to get germinated. So for sprouting also, this ethylene plays very important role. All right, and also it promotes root growth and root hair formation. Root growth and root hair formation. Okay, root growth and root hair formation are also promoted by this hormone. All right, because root is very important, that even root hairs, which absorbs the water minerals from those places where water and those raw materials are there, and there is that particular places where the other parts of the roots, roots cannot go there. So these root hairs, being so fine hair-like roots, can go those regions where the main roots cannot go, and from there they collect it and supply it to the plant body via the xylem. So that is also promoted by this ethylene. Then it induces flowering in mango. Particularly, it also induces flowering in mango. So mango, when the mango becomes mature and it has to give the fruits, that time it has to bear the fruits. For developing the fruits, flowers there in mango, this hormone plays very important role. So these are the functions of ethylene. All right. Hormone we have is abscisic acid or ABA. Okay, the last plant hormone that we're going to talk about is abscisic acid or ABA. Okay, so this hormone is also known as a growth inhibitor hormone or growth retarding hormone. All right, let's see. This is also known as a growth retarding hormone. This hormone is the one which actually suppresses the growth of the plants, because there are many other hormones which we also talked about, like auxins, gibberellins and all, and they are the ones which promote the growth. But in order to balance it out, there is another hormone, that is abscisic acid or ABA. So that usually retards the growth of the plants, because it has to balance out. Because if the plants are just growing and growing and growing and growing, then what may happen is that there won't be limit. Okay, so in order to balance it out, there is yet another hormone called abscisic acid. So it is also known as a growth retarding hormone. Okay, so it is mainly found, let us say, it is found in angiosperms. Okay, it is found in angiosperms. Angiosperms means the most developed plants. Okay, like you see the flowering plants having the seeds enclosed in a fruit. That's the most special property of the angiosperms. That means the plants having the seeds enclosed in a fruit, like beans, okay, mango, they are all the ones coming under angiosperms. So in angiosperms also this abscisic acid is found. All right, gymnosperms. In gymnosperms, all right, gymnosperms means all those cone bearing plants, like pines and all. Then it is found even in pteridophytes. Okay, Okay, pteridophytes means all those fawns. Okay, fawns are the ones that come under pteridophytes. So even in pteridophytes, this hormone is found, right? And in some mosses, also this hormone is present. All right, and in the leaves also it is present, mainly in chloroplast of leaves. Okay, it is found in chloroplast of leaves also. You know that what is chloroplast, that all we have discussed. So chloroplast is a cell organelle found in plant only. So there also we find this hormone called abscisic acid. All right, and in the highest amount it is found in fruits and seeds. Okay, it's found in fruits and seeds. Okay, in highest amount. All right, in highest amount it is found also in fruits and seeds. Okay, so these are the places where this hormone is present, okay, or is found. So let us go to the functions of these particular hormones. Functions. Number one, a general plant growth inhibitor. So it is a growth inhibitor, growth inhibitor plant hormone. Growth inhibitor plant hormone by slowing down metabolism. Okay, so a growth inhibitor plant hormone by slowing down. That means this hormone inhibits the growth in plants by slowing down the metabolism, as it is already mentioned, of growth retarding hormone. This hormone, inhibits the growth in plant by slowing down the metabolism. Metabolism means the sum total of all the chemical reactions taking place in the cells. All right, so it slows down the metabolism there, so that growth is very slow there. Okay, it is somehow to inhibit the growth in the plants, because it is to balance out. As I've told you, there are the other hormones which are responsible for the growth, like auxins, gibberellins and all. So just contrary to them, okay, this hormone acts just to check the growth, inhibit the growth of the plants by slowing down the metabolism. All right, and number two, inhibits seed germination and development. It inhibits seed germination and development. Okay, that means the germination and the development of the seeds are also checked by this hormone. Okay, it inhibits seed germination and development, because there are other hormones which actually promotes the development and germination of the seeds, but just to check that one, here is another hormone which is called abscisic acid, inhibiting the seed germination and development. All right, and also induces, this hormone also induces seed dormancy, to this hormone, which means your ABA, abscisic acid, also induces seed dormancy to help seeds to withstand, desiccation. Desiccation means dryness. Okay, induces seed dormancy to help seeds withstand desiccation. That means dormancy is a phase that you find in the plant's life cycle. Okay, when a seed is produced there in the fruits. So at the time itself, the seed cannot germinate because it is immature enough there, and it is not going through the phase called dormancy. So in the dormancy period, what seed does is that seed prepares itself. Okay, it prepares itself so that over the course of time it becomes ready to get germinated in a very efficient way, in a very proper way. All right, so the dormancy is also very important phase that you find in the plant's life cycle. So this particular hormone, promotes seed dormancy. That means it allows the seed to be dormant for a long period of time so that it can withstand the dryness. Okay, it can withstand the desiccation there. So though it is in the dormancy without having anything there, but this seed also, this hormone also helps the seed to withstand such situations there. Okay, keeping the seed in dormancy. Okay, now number 3 we have it oscillates senescence, which means aging. Okay, and falling of leaves, seeds, fruits, etc. All right, fruits, flowers, etc. Now see, the another function it does is that it oscillates senescence, aging, and falling of leaves, seeds, fruits, flowers, birds, etc. That means it promotes aging. Those hormones, as you had talked before, like auxin, gibberellins and all, they check aging, but contrary to them, or contrary to that fact, this hormone promotes aging, accelerates aging, so that the plants get older quickly. And also it accelerates the falling of leaves, seeds, fruits, flowers, birds, etc. That means under the influence of this, the leaves, seeds, fruits, flowers, birds, etc. fall off, so that the particular event balances out. So this is how we find some hormones are promoting the growth of the plant, but there are some other hormones which are inhibiting the growth of those inhibiting the growth of the plants. So this is how we had our talk about all these different 5 kinds of plant hormones here in this particular chapter. So today we'll do only this much, and in the next class we'll continue the same chapter, that is chapter number 7. Okay, thank you very much.